You may be seated. Good morning. Welcome to our 21-22 fifth grade class promotion. We appreciate everybody here today. Obviously, tremendous turnout as usual. Being an alumni, I get tickled to death to see so many fellow alumni in the building, but obviously the community support, especially at North and throughout our district. You know, it's very pride and proud to be a Blue Streak. Special guests today, I want to do an introduction. To my left, obviously, Mr. Baker, our assistant principal, first year this year, but 30 plus years in education. Angela Smith, our superintendent. Sally J. Rokas, past principal, should be presenting the Sally J. Rokas Kid Connector Award. Dave Bull, assistant superintendent. Jeff Thompson, school board member. Jack Whaley, principal at the middle school. And Teresa Ackerman. Before we begin, we're going to have a moment of silence for Robb Elementary in Texas. We're now going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise for Mr. Baker.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This time I'd like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Angela Smith.
Good morning. This is always a great program and a great way to honor your years of work here at North Elementary School. So, parents, let's give these students a round of applause. Congratulations. You made it. You are on your way to middle school. As a former middle school teacher, I consider myself very well versed in the ways of middle school. And when thinking about what to say today, I went back to a book, 365 Days of Wonder, Mr. Brown's Precepts, to look for a precept that would suit today's occasion. Middle school is a time of discovery and figuring out who you are and what you want to be. If you think about Augie and Wonder and all of his friends and family, and if you haven't read Wonder, it's a great book to read. And there's also a movie if you don't want to read the book, but I encourage the reading. If you think about Augie and Wonder and all his friends and family, they were all going through stuff. We all go through stuff in the world. His sister faced challenges, his mother had a hard time letting go, and those in his peer group wanted to fit in. So they sometimes acted in ways they may not have normally acted. Sometimes they weren't so nice. So the quote I found for today was, "You were born an original, don't be a copy. Be who you are. Make good choices when you go to middle school. Be true to what you believe. And treat those around you with a kind heart. If you try to copy others just to fit in, then you lose your sense of self. Remember not to follow the crowd, but to be a leader." Augie and his friends figured that out, and middle school became a place they wanted to be. And I'm going to tell you, with Mr. Whaley at the Madison Middle School and all those wonderful teachers, that is truly a place you're going to want to be. I know that each of you have that in you, so make your mark and choose kind. Be the person who can smile on even the worst days. And we all know today is a tough day. So being here with all of you brings a smile to my face. See the best in each of your friends and your teachers. Set high expectations for yourself. Do the work, because what you learn in middle school becomes the foundation for what you do in high school. And what you do in high school becomes the foundation for the rest of your life. Whether it's college, career, military, there's so many options. But set your expectations high and figure out what it is that you want to do. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you know what you like. And figure that out and pursue those interests. And never forget your time at North Elementary, for it truly is a very special place. Finally, students, as you think about your future, your parents and teachers have been there for you. They have supported you, helped you with projects, and given you guidance when needed. Now it's your turn to give them a round of applause. Good job. So on behalf of the Madison Board of Education, our administrative team, I congratulate all of you on today's celebration.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Next up, Mr. Whaley, the middle school principal.
All right, first, I just want to say congratulations on completing your 5th grade year. This building here, I went to middle school here. So as you guys transition to middle school next year, this is where I went to middle school at right here. So I went to Homer Nash, which was up in the village. Then I went to middle school here. Then I went to the same high school that you guys are going to go to. So I know exactly what you guys are going through in terms of your transition from elementary school to middle school. Now, I know quite a few of you guys already, which is an awesome thing. But I can't wait to get to know all of you guys. Just a couple highlights from middle school, which you guys are going to partake in next year. So I know Mr. Mayor and Mr. Baker have done a really good job this year of promoting streak behavior, right? You guys all know what streak behavior is? S stands for what? Say it out loud. S. T stands for what? Teamwork. E stands for what? Effort. A stands for what? Hand. K stands for what? Kindness. Awesome. So what we just did 2 days ago, so yesterday was our 7th grade PBIS Awards Assembly. But the day before, all of our kids came in, and you guys have received your Streak of the Year certificates, right? Some of you guys that have been there. All right, so what we did was we had all our kids come in, we took pictures of them, and we gave a big flat screen TV away, and we raffled it off to a kid who was a Streak of the Year. So you guys can look forward to that for next year. We went to Niagara Falls. And you guys ever been to Niagara Falls? Raise your hand if you've been there. Cool, quite a few of you guys have been there. So what you're gonna do next year, and I'm gonna go with you, we go to Niagara Falls on a field trip for the whole day. But in order to get there, you have to follow the streak behavior, safety, teamwork, and all that stuff. So make sure when you come to school next year, you follow those things, and you guys will be going on a field trip with me at the end of the year, okay? And we have our field day tomorrow for our 6th graders. They get to go outside. They plan all different types of events, just kind of like what you guys do. So the transition is going to be very similar to what you guys do here. The structures that you have here, all of the things that you do fun here, we're just going to transition them right to middle school, so you guys will have a blast. Now, if any 8th grader tells you there's a swimming pool on the 3rd floor, are they telling you the truth? No, so don't go to the 3rd floor, right? So anyway, with that, I want to congratulate all you guys. Parents, if these guys got the chance to shadow during their field day, the middle school. If you would like to shadow it yourself, at the beginning of the year, we will do that. But at some point throughout the year, there's some uneasiness or anything like that, shoot me an email. I'm there pretty much every day. So let me know, and we can set up a walkthrough for you guys to make them as comfortable as possible when they come to the middle school. But it's a really nice building. It's newer. It's very clean. Your classrooms are awesome. You guys are in a separate pod, so the 6th grade's over in one section of the building, 7th grade's in another section of the building, and the 8th grade is another section of the building. So you guys are kind of all in your own area, and you guys have gym class, art class, technology class, and the advisory period at the end of the day is when we get to do a lot of fun things outside and a lot of different games with your teachers. So once again, congratulations to you all. If anybody has any questions or anything, make sure you email me. But like I said, I know a lot of you guys already through sports and through different things with my own children. I can't wait to have all you guys and get to know you next year. So thank you.
All right, enough of the talking, I guess, right? I'll do a little bit at the end, but now is for the time for the promotion. I just kind of surprised the students before our last rehearsal. When they come up and they're going to get their promotion certificate, our adults will be standing right here. You can handshake, air fist pump, etc. But you're not really supposed to have a favorite student. We have a lot of awards, Streaks of the Year, Brand Award, but you're not really supposed to have a favorite student, so to speak. We've always been taught that. But you guys know how competitive I am. Mr. Baker's very competitive, so we chose our favorite 5th grader of the year. And unfortunately, there's going to be one winner, so to speak. So if you got the kids, if you guys can just do me one little favor when you figure out, once you see the picture in the side of the box, keep it to yourself until you obviously get back seated. Don't want to ruin the surprise for the winner. So when you guys come through, you're going to look into the box and you're going to get your picture from Mrs. Stewart, and then obviously back to your seats. So without further ado, Miss Green.
Good morning. It is with great pleasure I present to you this amazing class of 2022. We had an amazing year. They're a great group of kids. I am going to miss them a lot. All right, I have to stand here. First up, we have, where is it? Okay. Kira Atkins. Maria Alswapta. Autumn Awadala. Ella Bright. Jaron Burr. Alyssa Cameron. Molly Canfield. Thomas Carroll. Isaac Darby. Lila Eaton. Ina Hernandez. Paisley Knapp. Anna Koholski. Gavin Lorenzo. Jisha Patel. Logan Rydell. Chase Rose.
I look forward to working with you.
Joseph Santagilio. Reagan Simonis. Blaine Snyder. Danielle Steinberger. Sophia Swoop. Jalen Thompson. High fives. Addison Ward. Bradley Waterman.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Waiting for a couple more pictures. We have a little mid-flight adjustment here on some taping. Mr. Whaley doing whatever it takes here. All right, next up, Miss Kowalski's class. Reminder to students, make sure you're checking the cardboard box for our favorite student of the year. Please make sure if you've already seen who the winner is, make sure you keep that quiet for everybody else. That's a surprise.
All right, good morning. I am very honored to present my homeroom for this year. They have been such hard workers, and I have been so impressed by how much they have grown. So I am very honored to present them this morning, starting with Bella Adkins. Jonathan Alley. Akalia Barnhill. Mackenzie Klein. Bella Diebold. Erin Fishlin. Paige Gersper. Liam Gossett. Chloe Holy. Michael Hughes. Kyle Hunt. Congratulations, Kyle. Braden Kasanovich.
Congratulations, Brayden.
Evan Lawrence.
Great job, Evan.
Kara Muller.
Good job.
Zayden Odom.
Congratulations. Good job.
Allie Patorik.
Congratulations.
Caden Potter.
Congratulations, Megan.
Samantha Samsa.
Congratulations, Samantha.
Lucas Scott. Mackenzie Schinkel.
Congratulations, Mackenzie.
Ryan Simpson. Grayson Stevens. Mark Thompson. And Gavin Wood.
A few more pictures. Like Mr. Whaley said, you guys are exemplifying street behaviors about perfectly. We talked about during our rehearsals how this has to be a very great moment for the parents, and we gave them an analogy of what Mr. Whaley and I had to deal with about 6 years ago during a graduation ceremony. So we gave them the pep talk about how this moment is so important for parents. So they're doing a heck of a job. If we get the last one seated, we'll go with Miss Doyle's class. Reminder to Miss Doyle's class, make sure you look in the box before you get seated. Miss Doyle's class, please rise.
Good morning. I'd like to thank my class for a wonderful year. It was nice to share the year with them and the parents as well. I'll miss you guys next year. Kevin Abrams. Blake Allen. Peyton Brooks. Haley Clark. Peyton Clater. Aaliyah Decker. Jeremy Dong. Ellie Efker. Brody Finch. Aiden Granite. Mason Hanzik is not here today, but congratulations to him as well. Alyssa Hennessy. Cam Hearn. Zach Kosh. Dylan Kunle. Matt Magda. Hannah Meredith. Maddie Randall. Jackson Surpass. Kate Sturba. Antonio Stokes. And Jacob White.
We have a few more pictures, and we'll do our last but not least class. While they're being seated, Mr. Reed's class can all stand. And reminder, when you come through, make sure you look in the box for our favorite student of the year. I think it might be actually in this particular class, if I remember correctly, so we'll see.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here, and congratulations to all our fifth graders. You guys definitely deserve this. Aiden Amaro. Ken Atkinson. Leah Barstow. Evan Bacco. Lulu Bracale. Stephanie Bucky. John Corrigan. Peyton Dean. Mason Drago. Carter Gillum. Johnny Glovna. Lucian Kingus. Izzy Lovelace.
I actually graduated.
You did it. Riley Melhot. Declan Moore. Aaliyah Pillar. Anthony Reyes. Braden Roberts. Carter Rose. Logan Simsick. Nathan Spencer. Silas Stanisiu. Marley Swatowski. Annalise Woodruff. Simon Young.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. We have actually one additional certificate. The privilege of not being the principal, I don't have to read out all these names and butcher them because I'm terrible at it, so I've been practicing and practicing on this last one. This young lady is one of our virtual students. She is, I already told all the kids she wasn't here, but she would most likely be on our Wall of Fame because she's that special. And I hope she comes back face to face next year. She's been in the building 4, 5, 6 times for obviously state testing, GT testing and state testing. So, and she puts a smile on your face instantly. And that's Miss Geraldine Vincent Cruz. Please come on up. Check if it's your picture. It might be your picture. All right, let's find out who the favorite student is. Miss Lamb, you want to bring up the box? We got to figure out who it is. There's got to be one winner. And the winner is every child. It's a mirror. They got to see themselves. They are all our favorites. All right, next up, we are going to do our student performances. Miss Fiore, all students stand. Guess you guys can take a seat, yes? Turn around to Miss Fiore. You may be seated. Thank you, Ms. Fiore. All right, next up, our major awards. These are going pretty quick. We have a lot to celebrate because we have some very talented Blue Streaks, as you all know. The next award is all A's, which means their whole elementary career, 6 years, 1,480 days. They were a perfect, as close as you're going to get to perfect. We have 5 award winners. First up, Miss Molly Canfield. Come on up. Miss Mackenzie Klein. Mr. Lucian Kingus. Mr. Declan Moore. And Miss Allison Patoric. Next up, our American Citizenship Award recognition by Miss Kuiper.
Do you want to hand the certificates out and I'll just read them? The American Citizenship Award is given by 5th grade teachers. It's awarded to the 5th grade students who consistently exhibit the kinds of behavior we want to see in our schools and our communities. Those students who are always prepared in class, they have their homework finished on time, they volunteer, they help out others, and always play fair and treat others with respect. Each student will also receive a citizenship award, and I just want to say this class was such an awesome class. The teachers begged me to be able to give out more. I had to order more because there's so many great kids in this class. So congratulations to all of you for that. Winners are KJ Abrams, Aiden Amaro, Maria Al-Sawafa, Autumn Awadallah, Akelia Barnhill, Leah Barstow, Evan Bacco, Stephanie Bucky, Molly Canfield, Thomas Carroll, Peyton Dean, Bella Diebold, Jeremy Dong, Lila Eaton, Elizabeth Efker, Brody Finch, Cal Hunt, Anna Kahalski, Hannah Meredith, Declan Moore, Kara Muller, Zayden Odom, Jisha Patel, Allison Patoric, Caden Potter, Madeline Randall,
job, Maddie.
Thank you.
Logan Rydell. Samantha Sampsa. Mackenzie Schinkel. Ryan Simpson. Blaine Snyder. Danielle Steinberger. Addison Ward. And Simon Young.
Our next awards are the Presidential Education Award. Those will be presented by Mr. Baker.
All right, the President's Education Awards Program is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Education in partnership with the NAESP, which is the National Association of Secondary School Principals. The award was developed to help principals recognize and honor students who have achieved high academic goals through hard work and dedication to learning. Students receive a nice certificate from the President of the United States, signed also by our very own Mr. Mayor. Kevin J. Abrams. Kira Adkins. Maria Alsawafta. Aiden Amaro. Kenneth Atkinson. Acalia Barnhill. Leah Barstow. Ella Bright. Molly Canfield. Mackenzie Klein. Thomas Carroll. Peyton Dean. Lila Eaton. Hayden Granite. Chloe Holy. Michael Hughes. Lucian Kingus. Zachariah Kosh. Anna Koholski. Isabel Lovelace. Hannah Meredith. Declan Moore. Allison Patoric. Logan Rydell. Carter Rose. Chase Rose. Reagan Simenez. Jackson Serpis. Logan Simsick. Danielle Steinberger. Marley Swakowski. Gavin Wood. And Simon Young.
One thing before we go into these final couple awards is, what I think of culture when I see everybody congratulating, and I see fist pumps, I see handshakes, everybody's celebrating each other. That's the best. The best teams do that, the best organizations do that, and that's the culture that you get here at North, and it's obviously, it stems from the teachers, but it's also you parents promoting that at home, and us working as a family and as a team, so that's pretty cool. We have our Streaks of the Year coming. But I looked at the Streaks of the Year, we had an awesome day yesterday and so forth, and then I'm looking at the yearbook, and I asked Mr. Baker, I said, how is that kid not a Streak of the Year, or how is that kid not a Streak of the Year? And we had a debate, with fifth grade teachers, on how many we can do. We only have 30, you only have so many spots on that wall, you only have as many seats as you can on the bus. So these top 10, this is kind of a surprise in the program and so forth, but these top 10 are as close as you're going to get to getting on that limo. I'm very, very proud of these young people. First one is Mariah El-Swafa. Jaisha Patel. Anna Kahalski. Mackenzie Schinkel.
Good job, Anna.
We're getting 2 awards. Molly Canfield. Michaelia Barnhill. Mr. Blake Allen. Mr. Bradley Waterman. Mr. Blaine Snyder. If y'all are familiar with a book that we pushed out the last couple of years, it's called Being a Coffee Bean, and it's when the times are getting tough, the hot water's boiling, and it's very similar to the E+R=O mentality of the event plus how do you respond equals your outcome, or row the boat when the tough storm's coming. And this young man is the perfect fit to get the last brand awards. He had a big incident that he had to overcome this year, and a lot of people were circling the wagons. It was pretty cool. Mr. Reed being one, Mrs. Fuentes, Kuiper, Baker, Davis, everybody. I'm very, very proud of this cat. John Corrigan. All right, so Streaks of the Year. Ms. Kuiper, will you help us out a little bit on this? Right here, you got those. All right, so it's no secret who our Streaks of the Year. We have 29. We're going to do very quickly, reading through them. They've already got their picture on the wall, parents. You can do a selfie with that, and we had a heck of a day yesterday. So in Funk's class, Zach Nielsen, will you want to stand up and come around? Mr. Zach? Yep. Actually, I have all Streaks of the Year stand up. We're going to go out to the left like we practiced. Come on down, Zach. Jalen Thompson. Matthew Tapasi.
Yes. All right, Jalen.
Sutton Detour. Hunter Sweeney. Caleb Riley.
Good job, Hunter. Oh, Hunter. Good job, Caleb.
Caden Arts. Evelyn Neji. Sophia Rosako. Amaya Zamora, Aubrey Montgomery, Messiah Bates.
Good job, Aubrey. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Aubrey. Happy birthday. Messiah Bates, I said that. Owen Hemphill. Liam Ikes.
Good job, buddy.
Ickes, I'm sorry. I told you I butcher these names. I like to have high fives. That's good. Little wave.
Liam, come here, bud.
Awesome. Awesome. Maria Kahalski. I practiced that right before I said it. I always just call her Kahalski. It's real simple. Little Kahalski. Moxie Taylor. Riley Rosenberger. Soraya Fields. She's absent, yep. Henson Thomas. Athena Villa-Wiseman. Sophie Cook. Liam Schmidt. Something really cool, Mr. Measle was videotaping when we announced these over the loudspeaker, and it was one of the coolest videos I've seen, and his class erupted for this young man, so that just tells the culture in that particular room. Jerry Dong. KJ Abrams. I believe he's a two-time winner. Mackenzie Schinkel. Annalise Woodruff.
Annalise, congratulations.
Thomas Carroll. These next six, Mr. Baker gets to choose two, and so do I. Mr. Baker chose the male, Caden Potter, and the female, Alyssa Hennessy. My choices for male and female were Brody Finch and Hannah Meredith.
Good job, Brody.
And the final, we vote for these. The whole school votes. And we try to keep it as secret as possible. They're smart cats, so they probably figured it out by now. We tell them that we don't take the big picture with them. We tell them that there was a mess up in the yearbook and we need to take a repicture. And then we tell them that we have 2 open seats on the bus because the bus is a little bigger than we thought. So they got to go yesterday too. And our male and female of the years, their picture stays up on the Wall of Fame for all time. They get a special medal and a plaque. Miss Madeline Randall and Mr. Simon Young.
Congrats, Simon. And your flag. Very nice.
Yep, going over there for your picture. All right, as you can see, we're right about on time, but we have a couple more quick little awards here. It's not just about the kids here. If we don't have the adults rowing the boat, representing our brand, being kid connectors, workhorses, a lot of this stuff doesn't happen. Your kids don't get pushed to the limits, over their 6-year period. So our first award, it's already known, it's Miss Melanie Lawson, but we have a special guest, Miss Rogas, who we honor Miss Rogas each and every year. It's the Sally J. Rogas Kid Connector of the Year Award.
Well, good morning. So just turn around and show them that beautiful smile you have. Several years ago, when I would see her, she would say, I just want to go to North. Mrs. Rogas, I just want to teach at North. You can tell that she loves kids. And can you imagine being a little kindergartner and walking up and seeing this woman with that beautiful smile who is saying, I see you, I hear you, and I care. She is a perfect kid connector. When you make that connection, you remember you plug in that line and the light goes on in all those kids' heads because of this woman. I applaud you and thank you for being a kid connector.
Workhorse. There's a lot of different analogies and interpretation of that award, but to me, it's something that our coaches like Willis and Fortuna preach to Whaley and I, and it's synonymous across the state, across the country. It's somebody that digs a little deeper, that goes above what you're asking of them. We've had many award winners. Mrs. Felden is in attendance today. Ms. Felden wave. We got Mrs. Bapty, who's the real deal as well. And this person is as good of a workhorse. She is here late. She is here early. She's shoveling the driveways. She's doing whatever it takes for children, for staff, and for this building. And that's Miss Patty Schwartzlander. She didn't want to come up, but I told her she had to be here. A couple quick little awards before we do the big one. Two people that this building doesn't run without these two people. I joke about it a lot that they're the bosses, you know, and Miss Davis is one of the bosses, but she's not as big of a boss as this young lady, and I do mean young. Cannot do what we do without Kuiper. Miss Connie Kuiper. And the other one is Mrs. Joanne McGill. Is she here? Is she hiding in the corner? All right. We don't get fed without McGill, and McGill never misses work. She runs a tight ship. So proud to work with McGill. Round of applause for those two ladies. One more before the big one. Officer Ackerman, please come on up here. She's getting an Ohio plaque as well, but they ran out of them. I ordered too many Ohio plaques apparently, but thank you for all you've done at NES. You have given tireless effort, protecting, serving, and assisting others. You are visible. You assist wherever is needed. You have gone the extra mile in regards to Blue Streak backpack program, closed closet, Santa Streak, whatever we need. Your dedication to the Whole Child Initiative says it all to us. Thank you for being a Kid Connector workhorse and representing the brand in regards to doing whatever it takes. You'll be getting one of these Ohio plaques as well, but this place is safe because we have a lot of systems in place. Safety is number one of our big five. These teachers take it very seriously. We secure perimeters. We have an SRO that's moving. We do 1 million drills, right? How many drills? Tons of drills, right? We do extra drills because it's very, very important to us. We're in loco parentis and we're gonna make sure your kiddos get home safe. And this young lady makes sure that happens. So Miss Officer Ackerman. Heaviest plaque we get. Miss Kiesler, are you here? I just want you to come up here, Miss Kiesler. Round of applause for Kiesler. Mr. Thomas was the first one that won this. He went off to North Carolina. He's doing big things in North Carolina. He represents the brand. The quote is this. Now I'm going to forget about it. The brand isn't something you earn, it's something you live up to each and every day. If anybody knows what Kiesler does in this building, she was the perfect second recipient. This third recipient is something, she's special. Everybody knows it's a household name in this building. Every piece of student work in this building is because this young lady, and she's young, leads by example. She does everything we ask her to do. Our wall of fame out there, that's Telepac. That law of legacy, that's Telepac. The field that gets painted, that's Telepac. The family literacy night and art night, that's Telepac. She mentors people. I think she's 23, 24, 25 years old, and she's mentoring other adults in this building. Her husband's here, her mom's here. I want them to come up. But Miss Laura Telepac, come on up. They're not coming up, but they're over in the corner. One other additional thing, Baker knew her from Mentor. Come on up. Mike Sears, who recruited me out to Arizona, he knew her. I mean, everybody knew her before I knew her, so, and now everybody knows her, at least in Madison. So I think it's pretty special that they could be here. So round of applause again for Mrs. Telepack, representing the brand. All right, I lied. One more. And this one is very special to me, so I'm going to try to hold it together. I preach law of legacy, how you want to be remembered. It's called Being a Kid Connector, one of my favorite books. His lead, For God's Sake, and Joe the janitor is the lead character in that, and he's a Fortune 500 CEO, and nobody knew that. He came back to school because of his calling. He was bored in the corporate world, and he wanted to do more. Mr. Joe met kids in the basement. He listened to them, empathy. He did whatever it takes to make sure these kids felt valued and loved. And then Mr. Joe in this book dies. And we preach law of legacy. What is going to be told, what is going to be said at your funeral or at your retirement party? And that exemplifies what law of legacy to me is. This recipient, I'm going to read his name at the end, but it says, "Thank you for showing me the way in education and being that positive influence on my life and many others. I wouldn't be here today without you." A couple quotes. I texted him last night. He didn't know what blue, and I gave him just the initials, BIMV. His favorite quote, it's on his board. He didn't even notice it. "Blue in my veins, blue in my veins." Mr. Whaley, come on up here real quick. It's fitting that he's here today as, his first ceremony here. He's had such a magical impact on both of our lives. We'd run through a wall for this guy and vice versa. He's got more energy than, at 40 years old, we just had back-to-back, the best field day that we've ever had at North. 18 stations, everybody moving parts, everybody was happy, adults, kids, parents. Then he goes back the very next day, and then he's running the Olympics, which him and Siani do an unbelievable job. Like I said, he got me into my education, my senior year experience. He circled the wagons and said, "Hey, come shadow me." He showed me, what it takes to do lesson plans and all that. He pushed me on the wrestling mat. He wouldn't let me play basketball my senior year. Peterlin wanted me to play, but he wouldn't let me do that. He came to my wedding and switched his plans. He was supposed to go to Florida or something, or Vegas or whatever, and he switched them just to come to my wedding. He's still coaching me up. The coolest thing for me is, on his wall right back here, he already has Brody Finch and all of you guys already in lineups 5 years down the road here. He already says, "You're going to be at this weight and in 2029, and Glovner, you're going to be here, you're going to be here," because he's all in. He's always been all in. I got Tommaso over here because Tommaso is ready to keep Fortuna doing what he's doing. And just to see him light up this year, being back where he belongs and coaching kids up, not for Mayfield or not for wherever else that recruits them, it's been pretty special. So, Law of Legacy Award goes to Mr. Gary Fortuna. He's had a couple plaques in his life, but hopefully maybe this is one of his last ones. So this concludes the award ceremony. Like I said, it was a little bit longer, but there's a couple extra awards, and obviously so many award winners. For me, safety is number one, so it's very, very important that we go out in an orderly fashion. So what I'm going to ask is, the students stay seated. Parents, if you are going home, you can just go right out the door. Obviously, wait for your students to say hi. But if you're going to stay and take some pictures, we're going to ask you to go to the courtyard. So we're going to ask the corner over here, these parents, if you want to go to the courtyard, you can go to the courtyard. We're going to have adults move first. Thank you for coming tonight. It was a special day for everybody.